Firstly, this is the man manual. If you are a man who is interested in leveling up and being the best version of yourself, this is the place for you. Secondly, we are reacting to HSTikkyTokky destroying Piers Morgan on his own platform. Now, why are we watching this? Because there's a lot to glean and it's going to be a little bit funny. Number one, we don't want to end up like Piers in a similar situation. And number two, if we are in a similar situation, we want to end up like HS. So we're going to watch this and I'm going to break down what's going on, what I can see and what I feel like we can all learn.
Did you not know Louis Theroux? Did you think it would be something else? Are you pleased with the way you came over?
So I had no idea who Louis Theroux was. The morning that he was coming round, I had some of my team come to me and go, oh, do you realise what this is? Do you realise who he is? I wasn't asked and I'm still not bothered about it, you know? Some people might think it was a mistake going on. Me, I thought it was a very, very fun experience.
And when I was watching the Netflix show, I was just curious what you want that influence to be, right? Because your mother's in the show, and we'll come to quite an amusing clip where she talks about me, actually. She doesn't want you to do this interview, I think, was the bottom line. So you're defying your mother again, and we'll come to that. But your mother's, you know, I was watching her and I was watching you interact with them. I actually knew your father a bit back in the 90s. Victor Abugu, who was an England rugby player. Met him a few times, liked him. And we can come to that as well. You know, and I'm just curious how somebody whose mum is like that, whose dad was like he was when I knew him, how somebody ends up thinking that the key to life, the joy of life, the satisfaction of life comes from rage baiting people in their DM.
Notice what Piers is doing here. He is putting words into HS's mouth. He's telling him, your joy to life comes from rage baiting people. So he's already leaning this down a confrontational avenue. He isn't approaching this in good faith at all. He hasn't said, hey, tell me about you. Tell me about your philosophy. Tell me how you see the world. Let's have a chat. I want to find out about you. He's pigeonholing him in. He's boxing him in. You believe the key to life is rage baiting people. Tell me why. So automatically it's adversarial, like from the get-go.
Use words where your fan base will go, oh, shut up, granddad. You don't get it. But is there not more to life to be achieved than rage baiting morons in their DMs?
Okay, I'm glad you called them morons because that is the idiots that I've attracted from the mainstream coverage with the documentary. But there's a lot more to life. For me, the main thing in life is making money, being healthy, and enjoying that money with my family and having great experiences. The experiences that I have now, since I've come back from Mother's Day, whatever, with my mum in the last, 5-6 years since I've been on social media have been great. And they're the things that I'll be looking back on when I'm 60, 70 years old. The nice dinners, the nice weather, just the nice times that I've shared. So I don't think the beauty of life is rage baiting retards in my comments. But when I'm sat there and
what do you actually want your younger male followers to end up being like? It's a genuine question. Because in the Netflix show, what I saw was a guy who says, look, on the one hand, if I had a daughter who did OnlyFans, I'd disown her. And yet you are directly involved in promoting a load of women who are on OnlyFans, right?
You're a smart man, right? You wouldn't be in this position if you weren't a smart man. You can answer that question yourself. You know exactly why I'm promoting girls. I'm not even actively promoting any right now, but you know exactly why I'm doing it. You don't need to ask me that question.
Just so we're clear, HSTikkyTokky or Harrison, I swear to God, you know what? I'm a fan of this guy since this interview. Yeah, he's won me over. The way he deals with Piers in this interview is like, okay, I'm a fan. But good God, his name is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to call him Harrison. So Harrison is avidly anti-OnlyFans, right? He doesn't like it, doesn't respect it, but at the same time owns a company that promotes OnlyFans models. Piers is saying that is deeply hypocritical, and what about your audience? Now, honestly, I don't see this as being the huge deal that people think it is, because clearly the man's viewpoint is just, I do not like it, but I understand that it's something that goes on in the world and I'm prepared to make money from it. And it's like, I will tell my audience, hey, don't do this, it will make you a loser. However, if you insist on being a loser, then fine, pay me. But don't do this because it will make you a loser. However, there are losers and I want to make money from the losers. Is it what I would do? Not really, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. And it's like all around the world right now, there is somebody right now who is working for Laramie cigarettes or Marlboro cigarettes, and that person doesn't smoke. And it's like, why do they not smoke? Because tobacco kills. So if you do not smoke because tobacco kills, why are you working for Marlboro cigarettes? If you do not drink because alcohol is a poison that destroys lives, why are you working for Budweiser? I don't see this as being any different. It is what it is.
I'm not disputing that you are making money or you're perfectly entitled to. I'm just curious why you would want to send a message to young men you're trying to be influential over, to the extent where you want them to part with money to be like you. And on the one hand, your message is OnlyFans is awful, these girls that do it are awful. But on the other hand, you're making money promoting them. It's hypocritical.
Look, I think OnlyFans girls can do what they want, you know? I'm not bothered. It's the same way I think people can be gay if they want. I'm not bothered. When it comes into my family, where I have control over the situation, that's where I'll dictate what happens. So it's a very valid point that I don't want my daughter to be on OnlyFans. I don't want my daughter to be in the red light district in Amsterdam. But if I went to Amsterdam and I was walking down and I saw a Colombian 9 out of 10, would I go in and visit? Well, depends how many drinks I'd had that night.
Way more people would resonate with that statement than society at large is prepared to admit. He's made a good point.
But that doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it or would like that girl to be my daughter or would raise my daughter like that. Makes perfect sense.
And if you had a son who turned out to be gay, you would disown him, you said?
No, my actual life ambition, right, genuinely since young, is to grow up, make money, retire my mum, meet a nice girl from a good family, then have a gay child who fucks other guys. That's what I want. So I genuinely want that. I also want him to go out on the weekend and put makeup on and dance around in the gay strips.
Listen,
no, I want that.
I can hear your fan base cheering you on. I know what you're doing. It's the double down, treble down. In fact, I saw some of your posts on social media before you did this interview. I'm gonna own everything. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna play that game. Fuentes did that a bit with me. And you know what I think?
Do you know what, bro? There's not a game.
By the way, I'm not your bro, Harrison. Call me Piers. I'll call you.
What, you don't want to be my bro?
I don't really want to be your bro, mainly because I have two bros of my own.
I like Piers Morgan, I do. He is a prick, but I like him. And I'm not entirely sure why I like him. Like, okay, one thing I do like about Piers Morgan is loads of people hate him and he just doesn't care and he just carries on doing his thing. I like that. That's something I like about HS as well. But good God, it's like, he is loath to having a good faith conversation. He's not even trying to understand where the man's coming from or to get a full 360-degree view of who HS is. It's pure gotcha. He's just trying to set him up so he can attack him and say, you're a terrible person. And it's, I don't know, it's bad faith. It doesn't sit well with me at all.
Let me just ask you what you said in the documentary. You clearly actually would, by your own admission, disown a son who said they were gay. And yet your mother, you said, hates people that are racist, sexist, homophobic, and so on. Why be so brazenly homophobic? If your own mother, who you clearly love and respect and care about, if she's so against that, why would you be so happy to be brazenly homophobic?
There are certain groups of people that are entering the UK in droves that are members of outlooks on life or philosophies of life which are staunchly anti-homophobic. Not anti-homophobic, anti-homosexual. They're staunchly homophobic. Where if these people had a son or daughter that was gay, disowning that child would be like the best thing that could happen to that child. Much worse stuff could occur. And Piers Morgan is totally happy for those people to come into the UK in droves. He has no issue with that. So it's interesting that when he's speaking to one person, he's like, yeah, I'd disown my child, which I wouldn't do. But if we're going to keep it a buck, how many straight men want their sons to be gay? Like, come on. But I wouldn't disown you, but would I be pleased? Nah, not really. I'd be like, oh, crap. And I'd have some inner work to do to like get past it. But anyway, it's like, Piers is like totally happy for certain people to enter the UK. Totally happy. Totally happy. Enter, because he loves himself a good curry. That's what he said. But said people would be willing to inflict bodily harm on gay people. Yeah, someone who just wants to disown a gay person, which to be honest, I don't think he would actually do. I think if he actually had a son that turned out to be gay, he'd probably just, his heart would melt and he would love his son and stuff like that. But anyway, Piers is getting his nose bent out of shape. It's just interesting.
I wouldn't say I'm homophobic.
You would disown a child for being gay. That's about as homophobic as it gets.
That's your opinion, and in my opinion, that's not homophobic.
It's a fact of what homophobia is.
Okay.
What do you think homophobia is?
I think homophobia would be severely discriminating against gays, and I think that, you know, maybe going around and bullying them or whatever could be considered homophobic.
You don't think
I don't really
your
care
own
what the
child would
definition
be
is.
bullying them because of their sexuality?
I'm not bullying them. I'm not bullying my
By
child.
disowning them?
It's not bullying.
What is it?
Definitely not bullying.
What would you call it? You disown your own child for being gay, something they couldn't possibly
I'd
help.
call it good parenting. That's what I'd call it. I'd call it good parenting.
Really?
We clearly have different beliefs. I don't care what your belief is. If you grow up,
well,
okay,
no, we don't actually.
you'll work your whole life.
We both come from the same belief, which is we were brought up by mothers who did not share this view. So actually, we're very similar. It's just you've taken a weird turn where your mother, who hates homophobia, has got a son who actually thinks it's perfectly okay to say you would disown your own child, your own son, if they said they were gay. And
Would you be happy if you raised your son and your son came out gay? Would you be happy, Piers? Would you be happy, Piers, if you had one child, one son?
I wouldn't care less.
You wouldn't care?
No.
Okay, then that's your beliefs. Me and you have totally different beliefs.
Yeah, but the only thing
I know
I'm
that you're
interested
trying
in is
to
why
double
you think
down on
your
this
belief.
point.
Yeah, but Harrison, why do you think your belief does not constitute homophobia?
Piers has done something just weird here. So Harrison says, look, we've got different beliefs. And then Piers goes, no, we don't have different beliefs. We have the same beliefs because we both come from mothers who say that homophobia is a bad thing. But the fact that you both have mothers who say homophobia is a bad thing doesn't mean you have the same beliefs. It meant that you were raised by people who had the same beliefs. It's like he's just constantly trying to trap him. And then it's like the moral grandstanding. I am superior to you. I am holier than thou. How can you disrespect your mother like this? How can you do this, HS? It's like you invite a man onto your show, supposedly to have a good faith conversation. And then when you get there, it's like, oh, you are a terrible human being and you are a shame upon your mother. I don't even know how you can look at yourself. And he's had no interest in any form of real dialogue. It's just gross, ugly, and disgusting. You
might not agree with some of my points. I don't agree with some things that you do and the way that you act.
That's fine.
And I don't need to go into them. But if you want me to, and you want this to turn into something that it doesn't need to be, then we can all have a push and a shove.
I'm genuinely interested in how you felt this Netflix show went and the things that Louis Theroux had you saying on camera. I'm genuinely curious what you think about the way people have responded to them. Honestly, it's all I care about. I'm not here to trap you. I'm not here to put words in your mouth. I'm not here to do any of that kind of thing. I'm very aware that your fan base, whatever happens between you and I, it doesn't matter. You will have owned me, killed me, crushed me, destroyed me. Let's just accept that's a given.
People will give away their motives subconsciously in conversation while they're speaking. And you have to listen really close. Because on the one hand, Piers goes, oh, I don't want to trap you. That's not what I want to do. I just want to speak and get to know. That's all I want to do. However, I also know that no matter how this conversation goes, your fan base are going to say that you've owned me, that you've destroyed me, that you've crushed me. I know, so let's just get that out of the way. And now on the surface, that sounds well and good, right? Piers doesn't want to attack him, but he knows that HS's fan base will consider that HS has destroyed him. But if we're going to keep it a buck, the only reason that they would say that would be if the conversation was confrontational. If the conversation was just, hey, tell me about you, and it was cordial and respectful, HS's fan base would have no reason to say he owned him, because he'd be like, oh, yeah, he was on Piers and at Piers Morgan, and they had a nice chat. That's all that they would say, if it was a respectful conversation. But Piers knows it ain't gonna be a respectful conversation. And that's why he's subconsciously already, well, he's consciously aware of the fact that HS's fan base are going to defend him after the fact, because Piers knows what this is. If this was respectful, there'd be no reason for HS's fan base to defend him.
That is how these interviews always go, whether it's Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, whoever.
Do you know what I don't like, Piers? Do you know what I don't like?
Gaines in a minute. It'll be the same thing. So I assume. Let me just tell your followers, Harrison at HSTikkyTokky has owned me, beaten me, defeated me.
Okay, listen, I respect guys here that have their own opinions, right? But I don't really respect you trying to come on and say, oh, I'm homophobic and try and really push that point when I wouldn't say I'm homophobic at all.
No, I understand that, but I'm curious why you don't think disowning a child for being gay is homophobic.
What I do with my children is up to me. What I do with my children is up to me.
Of course.
Okay?
Of course.
I don't agree with you going to Epstein's Island and having freak-offs with Ghislaine Maxwell and the rest of them.
We're going to get to the Epstein Island thing, but here's the thing, right? Is it good that HS says he would disown his child? No. But the thing is, and this is what Piers is like kind of loath to admit, that mindset is very common. Like, I'm black and Jamaican. Do you know how many Jamaican parents would disown their child if they said they were gay? It's a shockingly high percentage. Is it right? No, I don't think it is. But to act as though, oh my God, how can you have that belief? I just don't understand it. Like, I can't get with that, man. I can't get with that. We just got to live in the real freaking world. Is this a right viewpoint to have? No. Would I disown my child if they were gay? No. But I am aware of the world in which I live. Now let's speak about what's coming up next, being Jeffrey Epstein. So Piers Morgan, for one reason or another, has been referenced like 27 times in the Epstein files, which in fairness isn't actually a big deal, because as I understand, these Epstein files is like terabytes of data from God knows how many emails sent by hundreds of people, maybe thousands. And the point being, all right, he's referenced like 27 times, but that's a lot of conversations. So it ain't that big of a deal. But still, here's the point, right? Here's the thing that's going on now. Piers doesn't realize who he's dealing with. And what does that mean? The people that Piers usually has on his show are people who operate within the media, and they know the rules. They know that there's certain things you can discuss, there's certain things you can't discuss. And if you discuss something you're not supposed to discuss, you may get blackballed from the industry, right? And also they probably care about being booted off Piers' show and never being invited back on, etc, etc. HS don't care about any of that. So now HS is going to start bringing up stuff that Piers does not want to discuss. And we are going to see Mr. Morgan get very, 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 very rattled.
Need to bring it up because this is about misogyny,
just to be clear,
and everything like this.
Harrison,
okay?
Just to be
calm. I don't agree with that,
just
sir.
To be clear, just to be clear.
Freak-offs on the island.
Yes, nor do I. And as is
are you sure? Are you sure?
Do you want to keep doing this? You'll make yourself look very stupid.
Are you sure, Piers?
That I've never been to Jeffrey Epstein's island, I'm 100% positive. I never met the man, never went to his island, and met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch. If you've got any supplementary
Mentioned a lot of times.
No problem.
A lot of times in there, sir.
I have no problem. You're not, I don't think, if I say this very respectfully, I don't think you're very well informed about things like that. Or you wouldn't go there, because it's...
Why are you in the files?
Why don't you check the 27 references to me in the files?
Why are you in the files, sir? Very close to these types of people.
Go and check. And all your followers, you can. The great thing about the Epstein files, you can put somebody's name in, and you can.
You like to compare me to Tate and Myron and everyone else. So
Harrison,
because my name is close to them in the manosphere. But if I compare you to Epstein and Maxwell, you have a clear problem with it, sir. You compare me to Myron and all the others in this homophobic, misogynistic, whatever world. I'm comparing you to Epstein then, because you're in his files.
Harrison,
exactly.
You're making yourself look an even bigger idiot than you did on the Netflix show.
Oh, really? Really? Yes. To people like you, sir, I don't mind that. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who is cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man that shagged your wife while you are on holiday. Okay? We can all have a push and a shove, sir. Let's go back to talking about the documentary and less of the homophobia.
Do you know what? Here's what I think about you. I watched the documentary. I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp who got exposed in a global way by Netflix, by Louis Theroux, for what you are. You're a little half-wit, and you'll make your little followers
don't get rattled.
A little laugh
don't get
and everything
rattled.
else. But I don't see any point wasting. There's no point me wasting my time talking to you. Is there? What's the point?
Exactly. No. Do you know what? Let's chill it down then, because what I just said. There's 50 more things that we can have a stupid back and forth and try and one up each other.
I don't
just
care
talk
about
to
your
me
silly
normally.
Insults.
Talk to me normally.
Talk to me normally. I don't care about your silly insults.
But what do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? What I said is fact. I have a picture of it. I can flip it around and show you right now.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old? A 2-year-old? Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
all right, who's this?
Applications are open.
All right, let's just
that's your ting, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this.
Cooked.
I swear to God, the way he just goes cooked at the end, I love that. Like, I'm a fan of this geezer now. I'm a fan. Like, HS, if you are watching, I'd like to interview you. We don't agree on everything, but I like your mindset. I do. Like, yeah, I do. Anyway, so here's the thing now. Piers Morgan's wife has been posting some crazy stuff on Instagram, like implying that she wants to sleep with men while Piers is at work, heavily implying, like kind of like cucking him basically. Like posts where there's a man who's like mowing the lawn and he's topless, and she's like, oh yeah, look at this topless man that's mowing the lawn. Don't come home too early, Piers, and stuff like this. And that's really embarrassing. It's like, if you're in the public eye, you cannot let your wife act like that. If you would get angry to this degree as a result of someone bringing it up. Like, HS has just brought this up and Piers has terminated the interview. And the crazy thing is he had more interviews planned for later on in the day and he terminated those as well. So if you're gonna get that angry if somebody brings it up, you can't let your wife do that. So what kind of relationship does Piers have with his wife? It doesn't look like she really respects him. She can't possibly, because how the hell is she tolerating this? How is she? I mean, how is he, sorry? How is he tolerating this behavior? You get what I'm saying? How is she doing this if she respects him? She absolutely can't. And then here's another thing as well. And this is something that I don't get. If you know you have a skeleton like that in your closet, you got two options. You can either leave the public eye so the skeleton can't get brought up, or you gotta come up with some comebacks. Because this thing with Piers' wife was a while ago. Like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months ago. And if that was me, I'd be like, all right, someone's definitely going to bring this up, and now I need to come up with great comebacks. And I'll sit down and I'll think, and I would consult ChatGPT, and I'd have that stuff on tap for when someone brings it up. But Piers didn't do that. And the only reason I can think why, because he's not an idiot. It's like, he's a dinosaur and he doesn't realize who he's dealing with. He's thinking he's dealing in the regular media where people play by the rules, but he doesn't realize that a guy like HS, he's like new media. He's not mainstream media. He's not like legacy establishment media. He doesn't care. And you need to know who you're dealing with. Like, you have to know your enemy. So HS went into this and he knew his enemy. He's like, all right, so this is Piers Morgan, right? This is what he's like. He usually tries to set people up and things like this. He's probably going to attack me. So I'm going to come up with things to fire back. And obviously he had that stuff lined up, which is why he just went straight to his phone and he showed Piers a picture of his wife. He obviously had queued that up beforehand because he thought the interview might go south. Piers didn't do that at all. He was just like, oh, I'm just gonna steamroll him, blah, blah, blah. He's an idiot. He's one of these, you know, alpha male influencers. And it's like, you gotta think. Here's something you gotta realize. Anybody who has a big following has that big following for a reason. If their big following isn't just for showing pictures of their ass, and even if it was for that, there's still a lot of people showing ass online. So to grow a big following, you probably got to have some form of brain to market yourself properly. But if I was to interview someone who's like the leader of a movement, I'm not going to take them lightly at all. I'm going to take them very seriously. Even if I'm just going in there to attack the person, which I wouldn't do, but I would never assume that they're an idiot and just think I can just steamroll them. You gotta do your work and do your research, man. You gotta know your enemy, which Piers did not do. Friggin' embarrassing. Like, absolutely embarrassing. Piers, he's younger than you, taller than you, fitter than you, better body than you, more handsome than you, blacker than you. Oh, probably better in bed than you. And he's just humiliated you on your show, which is kind of messed up. But anyway, here we are. That is my reaction to this. HS, I'm a fan. Look, I don't agree with abandoning your gay child. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think he actually agrees with that deep down. I don't think he does, but I don't agree with that. I personally would not promote OnlyFans while saying that it's a bad thing, but I get why he does it. But in general, his whole thing is like, look, I'm doing me, I'm living my life, I do not care, I'm living life for me, and I do respect that. Now, if you like the cut of my jib, please do subscribe. Please do. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe now, because there's more where this is coming from. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Please do let me know. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you to the nth degree. And see ya. Bye bye.